Good afternoon, dear viewers. As humans, we're going to make mistakes. It what makes us human. And the most of the time, the effective way of learning from a mistake is being not afraid to make one. But make sure you don't make the same mistakes twice. I'm Elizabeth Holland, and you're watching We Know Problems. Today, we'll be talking about how to learn from a mistake and move on instead of getting depressed and demotivated. To better understand the problems, we have invited experts, psychologists, teachers, parents, and people who have made mistakes are going to state their issue. Please take into consideration that all the stories are fictional. Our first guest was bullied at school, causing them to become insecure and depressed. Please welcome Tessa Jensen. Hi Tessa, please tell us your story.
When I changed my school, I didn't have any friends. I was a little bit trustworthy and talked too much about my life. They started telling gossips about me. Some were fictional and some my personal secrets. I didn't say anything to my parents because I didn't want to worry them with my problems. Also, they felt that I was not okay. I started to avoid going to school. Got bad marks. I felt depressed and insecure. I saw no way out from this situation. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong too.
Why do you think you were wrong?
Because I trust so many people. Consider them friends. I don't know. Maybe it's because my behavior or my character.
We have invited experts and psychologists to our program today. I would like to introduce George Thompson from Youth Help Center. Please tell us what you think about this.
First of all, thank you for inviting me. This problem is frequent occurrence and it is very common for teenagers to getting avoid of school and getting insecure of themselves. It is good that you are friendly, but I don't think that you should trust people easily. I would recommend you to understand people's feelings and characters first, and then decide whether to trust them or not.
So let's discuss and understand whose problem and mistake is it. Who must take the responsibility for bullies' mistakes? I think the origin of all this is family. Sometimes parents are too busy and they don't pay the attention teenagers demand. And here the lack of attention comes. The lack of attention has side effects. Children become aggressive to everything and start bullying. They try to hide their sadness and their problems, and they start to hurt the others. And some children get over the lack of attention easily, and they find the attention and love in other things and in other areas. But some children don't have the power of doing all this, and they can't get over it very easily, so they start to bully the others and they start to hurt the others.
I would also like to introduce you Megan Hanks, a high school student counselor. I think it will be very easy for her to give a decent advice, as she's always among students, helping, consulting, observing. Am I right, Megan?
Absolutely, Miss Holland. As you mentioned, I deal with many teenage problems, and as far as I know, I have always managed them to get on the right way, understand them and their problems. I think Tessa should consult with her parents, talk it out with them, try to find a way of conversation with your so-called friends, and ask them about their actions. And if nothing changes, you should become stronger, ignore them and their rumors. And my advice to you, don't trust people easily and make new friends.
When you are bullied in school or somewhere else, you mustn't pay attention. You must be strong, more self-confident, and do everything for becoming a good person and a good specialist in future. It's your life, and do not let anyone break you, your dreams and your future.
Let us listen what the audience has to say about this. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Margaret. I'm 25. I would like to bring you my own example. When I was your age, I also passed through such trials, transitional period, new school and environment. It was quite difficult, at least for me, because I was so naive like you. It seemed that everyone was good and I could trust them. But then you realize that your life is not a fairy tale. It's not always going to have a happy ending. There will be many difficulties and trials that you need to overcome, but some people try to find weaker people to break them. Some broke, some, like me or even like you, become much stronger. You'll go and overcome many trials, but they will stay in the same place they were when you first met. The most important thing is to be honest with yourself and learn to love and accept yourself the way you are.
Now let's welcome our next guest who also made a big mistake, but I think it taught him a good lesson and made him a more grown up. Please welcome John Smith.
I would like to tell my story. I got into a bad crowd. They were drinking a lot of alcohol, smoking and using drugs. Being surrounded of those people, I also started to use those kind of things too. I also started to steal money from my parents to buy some drugs or alcohol. I don't know why, but I understood that it was wrong, and I tell it about to my parents. They understood me and helped me to quit smoking and stop using drugs. Until those days, I started to become more careful to my surroundings, and I started to lead a healthy life.
I think almost we all had such cases. The important thing is to understand the seriousness of the situation at the right time. The environment can change the person, and wrongly chosen friends can ruin everything. Being devoted too much to the people who don't deserve it, it's not right. The environment, people can change, but your mistakes will remain forever. Always remember, you are alone in this world and responsible for all your steps and deeds. So be careful choosing your environment and friends, and always act with your mind.
Let's turn to the audience.
Mistakes help people at every step and every stage of life. You can forget or lose something important. You can be late at school or work. Choose the wrong profession or values. But in the end, that is what makes us complete as a person.
In our life, we all make mistakes, even the kindest people do, but you don't have to be shy or take things too seriously. In my opinion, when you make mistakes, you learn much.
Of course, everyone makes mistakes. For example, even I do. Sometimes I learn from them and sometimes not. I think it is very okay to be not perfect all the time and right. And it is very okay to be wrong or make mistakes. Our next guest has problems with issues. Please welcome Mary Manson.
Hi everyone, I am a student. The greatest mistake that I have made in my life is that I was always telling lies to my parents, making up different stories and always getting into troubles because of my lies. I didn't want my parents to be involved in my life, so I think that's why I was constantly lying to them. I can tell you what happened to me as it's private, but later I realized that it's better to tell the truth than to live with lies. I was taught a good lesson.
I think it is the most difficult thing to do, to admit that you're wrong. And it is great that you've admitted it. Here with us is University Professor Jessica Moran.
Thanks for inviting me. My dear, your age is so strange. We all know that teenagers are on the way to become adults. That's why teenagers usually stay alone with their thoughts and problems. One of the typical teenager problems is that nobody understands me. That's why you always stay alone with your thoughts. I always talk with my students on this topic, and I ask them to share these problems with teachers or parents. We are all humans and we all make mistakes. One of the important things that to realize when to stop. Try to get friends with those who love, respect and support you. You are beautiful and young, and a great future waits you.
Hi, my name is Monica Johnson. I am parent of 2 teenage girls, and I may definitely say that Parents and children should be friends. No one expects your parents can give you right advice. Don't keep secrets from your parents. They are here to support you, to show you the right way, and to help you in any situation. As for parents, please take time to listen, to talk, to discuss, and to teach your children the value of truth-telling.
Today we learned that mistakes will always be part of us and it completes us in a way. Don't be afraid to make mistakes and always be ready to answer for your actions. It was We in Our Problems. I am Elizabeth Holland. Live long and prosper.